British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
From the Broadcast Center at BCIT's Burnaby Campus, this is All Talk Radio. You're listening to 1680 The Crow.
Hello, and welcome back to your afternoon cast to 12 p.m. I'm Gina Tang, and here's what's making news today. As we heard this morning, the city of Vancouver announced their plans to host a Canucks viewing party this upcoming Sunday. Meanwhile, the city of New Westminster plans to do the same, being the first of the Tri-Cities with the outdoor event. Cities like Burnaby and Port Coquitlam have been holding indoor viewing parties that are more family-oriented. However, New Westminster will be the first of the Tri-Cities to hold an outdoor event for the playoffs. The plan is to show the game at Hayok Square with a connection to the Annual Centre in the downtown core. This was proposed by New Westminster Councillor Daniel Fontaine with support from other members. The party won't be ready for tonight's game, but Fontaine says that the staff is moving quickly to set up the event for Sunday's puck drop. Your updates to the pro-Palestinian tent encampment at George Washington University are here. Over 24 demonstrators have been arrested just hours after protesters marched to the home of the school's president. Mayor Muriel Bonzer kept her attention to protesters closely. Here's what Bonzer had to say.
Our community has been measured with our words and actions, and we have demonstrated and upheld our values and constitutional responsibilities.
AI has been taking the world by storm. Reports say use of generative AI has nearly doubled in the last 6 months. Microsoft's annual report on workplace trends are here, and today we focus on the use of artificial intelligence on the job. Gerard Spataro is the company's vice president for AI at work. He says that people who have mastered it are seeing some real gains. However, reporter Cherry Preston talked to Gerard Spataro about the downfalls of AI at work.
About 75% of white-collar workers surveyed by Microsoft and LinkedIn say they're already using AI skills at work, but most of them are using systems not set up by their employers. Microsoft corporate VP Jared Spataro says bring your own AI can actually hurt companies.
As you use a BYO AI tool, essentially what you're doing through your prompts and through the back and forth with the technology, you are disclosing a lot about what you're working on.
More than half of bosses tell Microsoft they wouldn't hire someone who didn't have at least basic AI skills.
Next up, let's look to see how some are managing gas emissions. Heat has spurred with the Liberals from NDP leader Jagmeet Singh in regards to giving nearly $26 million to Costco and Loblaws for energy-efficient appliances. People are worried about deciding what they can and cannot afford in stores, while Liberals were concerned about emissions for energy-efficient appliances. Reporter Mickey Jo Reach has more on the history of distribution of money for store appliances.
In 2019, the Liberals faced heat from Conservatives after the government announced it was giving $12 million to Loblaw for energy-efficient refrigerators and freezers. But newly released data from Environment and Climate Change Canada shows Costco was also given money. They received more than $15 million for fridges and to reduce their emissions, and Loblaw was given more than $10 million. The payments were made to the two grocery chains between 2019 and 2023.
Speaking of financial troubles, the Canada Post Office has been facing financial pressures in recent times amidst post-pandemic surge. They have reported a $748 million annual loss for 2023. According to reporter Grace Chen, the service continues to be paid in rapid decline, along with employee layoffs. Physicians in Ontario are extremely important in the province's healthcare system, but some concerns have arose. Ontario's Minister of Health is arguing with the Ontario Medical Association in arbitration that recruitment and retention of doctors is not a major concern. The province is in the midst of negotiations Ontario's Medical Association for the next 4-year physician service agreement, arguing there is no concern about a diminished supply of doctors. Health Minister Sylvia Jones says the ministry is not suggesting there's no doctor shortage. On to weather. This afternoon in Vancouver, expect to see plenty of sunshine with temperatures rising to 16 Celsius. It will only get warmer as we move through the day till 5 p.m. Light breeze from the south will be present.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.
That happens to be your news update to know. Thank you for